And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Yeah, Monday, December 30th, 2024. Coming to a close, ladies and gentlemen. Heavy on the gentlemen on this episode. We're just Schaub Show content, period. A lot of bros out there. Real cockfest. For you lady listeners, thank you to each and every one. By each and every one, I mean all three of you. Glad you're here. Welcome. It's Monday at 9 a.m. Foggy would be an understatement. It is a thick, scary fog. It is thick out there. Boys, little break. Donnie's at the door there. You can probably let him in so he quit scratching. Come on in, Big D. Come on in, big dog. How was the break, fellers?
Ooh, it was nice.
Was it? You went home?
Went to Connecticut the day after Christmas. Hung with Shane, hung with Mom, hung with Core. It was just great vibes. Ate my body weight in chicken parm and New Haven pizza. Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
So much.
New Haven pizza's nice, huh? I'll tell you, pound for pound, best pizza in California. Jelena Takeaway, that's tough to beat, but best I found around here, by around here I mean about 8 miles away, is Slice House Pizza. You heard of that yet? And you're over in this area, Slice House.
I have not heard of Slice House.
Legit, bro.
I will be trying Slice House.
Dude, Slice House is my go-to because T's like private baseball lessons are over there. Bro, Slice House, Thousand Oaks. I've never been to the other ones. There's one in Fountain Valley. But the one, there's one in Burbank. There's a few of them, bro. Siv, it is legit.
It's no Sally's a pizza in New Haven though. We
It's
went
tough
there.
to beat.
We went there. It was raining. There's a line around the block.
Oh wow, damn! They got one in Vegas, Sacramento. They're in
Simi Valley,
they're
Fountain
NorCal,
Valley.
but I'm telling you, around here, Chin, you two, especially you guys live over here. That's your move. Best pizza, hands down in the valley. But I would say it's up. The Jelena Takeaway probably still, but it's right there. The New York style, and then they have I think it's Grandma. It's like a square slice, which usually square is frowned upon. But bro, like Prince Street Pizza Square, it's legit. See that tomato pie, red top, fire. I just get the pepperoni. Oh, man, it's nice.
Me and Chin are on a heater of slamming the handmade pan Domino's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Every Friday, almost.
Oh, wow. Thanks for the invite.
We do. We invited you last
did.
time. You didn't show up. That's on you, dude.
Yeah, Fridays. I'm always working on trucks. On
Oh, here's the
Fridays.
square ones.
Yeah, that's the square one. Keep going down.
Detroit.
It's the, let me see. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, yeah. Grandma 12 by 12.
Yeah, that's what you want, the grandma. And then just the regular pepperoni slice. What'd you do for the holidays, Chin? It's always weird. There's my, no, keep going down. The hot honey's ridiculous. Spicy honey. Oh, dude.
You like extra sauce, too, so that looks saucy.
Yeah, I like it, dude. I like my pizza sloppy. I like it sloppy.
I made them extra sloppy for you.
Sloppy Joes. Take it easy, lady. You're scared us. I feel like we haven't been in here in a while, but we did one last week, yeah?
Yeah. But it did feel like a long-ass time.
Don't feel like a long break?
Yeah.
I was ready to get back to it.
Yep.
That's why I texted Colin last night. I'm like, you good for tomorrow, man? I feel like, we've taken a long Fire and the Kid break.
Yeah.
But then last week, we did Schaub Show Monday, and we did a Golden Hour.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I almost said King of the Sting because T's wearing King of the Sting merch today. Old school. Old school. Yeah, a little time off's not bad. Little football. My Buffs just gave up. This is the problem with those NIL deals, man. They had to get insurance on a few of their top players. There's teams currently in the playoff where they have to pay the players to play in the bowl game, which it's insane. It's ruining college football. No one cares about the program or like the legacy or the history of it. They're just there for money. It's a disaster. My Buffs were just, because they didn't make the playoffs or win the Big 12, they had to, they played in the Alamo Bowl, which back in the day was a pretty big deal. But now it ain't shit. And BYU's a tough-nosed team. Just they're just tougher. Just tough white boys, Mormons. Just beat the shit out of them. Just dominate them. I stopped watching after the second quarter.
I had some random thing pop up in my YouTube feed. I never watch football, but they said there's like a crazy ending to the Cardinals-Rams game. Did you watch that at all or no?
I didn't. I like that random poll from you, though.
Because you're talking football. I never watch football.
The Broncos. I'll watch playoffs like the last 2 games of the year. I'm not the biggest regular season fan. I feel like the NFL's been a little boring. But Broncos, since it was good, Broncos didn't deserve to win, but they'll still make the playoffs. I do wish the UFC would do something around the holidays. They're like there has to be something to it because the NBA does it, the NFL does it now on Christmas, the NBA does it on Christmas. They're one of the only sports that doesn't. We're also a year-round sport. You know, people complain, another card at the Apex. Yeah, how you feeling now? Don't you wish you had one of them shitty Apex cards? Are they that bad? And they give you content. But I guess to give the employees the time off. But man, could you guys work? I hate to be a stickler.
Maybe a little stinger crew.
Yeah, man. Scabs. Feeling some scabs. Even like I think they should do like a huge January 1st card. Maybe not on Christmas. I would love, but a January 1 card would be lit, and just stack it to kick off the year. Like this is UFC 2025, and just stack it. I would take just a terrible UFC Apex card right now. I'm jonesing for some fisticuffs. Jonesing. But we'll see. We'll see. The big news. So apparently, and a couple of outlets have, it's not to say confirmed, but Dana White's big news. And I told you this would blow me. I said this on last week's episode. I said, if they announced Conor versus we thought it was Jake Paul, that would blow me. Just and be like, oh, that's not a fight. What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. This is bullshit. It's a circus. I'm with you. I understand all that narrative. I'm just saying, for the UFC to grant Conor McGregor the right to fight Logan Paul, and Dana hates the Pauls. You know how Dana holds grudges. We know how he holds grudges. For him to be in cahoots with the Paul brothers in any facet, that blows me. That's wild, dude. Please don't chew on the cords, Donnie. Come on, buddy. Yeah, you can chew on that. So apparently, I mean, Happy Punch, who's kind of in with Dana because the Happy Bear, whatever the fuck it's called, they confirmed it. So Conor McGregor is due to fight Logan Paul, not to be confused with Jake Paul, in India for $250 million each. You ain't making your money back. So this is from MacLife Official, who's one of my faves. They're salt of the earth people. Conor McGregor and Logan Paul are featured as part of the historic Visit India tourism campaign, so it's government funded, yeah? It's a clash in Mumbai, iconic stadium. The two will be rewarded for their efforts, with McGregor set to walk away with $250 million. That's more than to fight Floyd. The event will be funded by the Ambani family dynasty, the richest in India. See how much they're worth? So $500 million has to be pennies for them. So India's Ambani family tops Forbes list of Asia's richest families. You know how rich you got to be Asia's richest family? Singapore, India's Ambani family tops 2017 Forbes list. Net worth $44.8 billion. So $500 million's nothing. It's crumbs to them. Just to make India pop, dude. Then they're going to lose their ass on this. I mean, I don't know how much tickets at the gate will be. How many does that arena seat, Chin? It's kind of like the Saudi money, how they're paying Tyson and all these guys. Like, not $250 million is wild. $250 million is more than Tyson and Usyk combined. Not even close. For just Conor will make more than Usyk and Fury made combined. And that's boxing at the highest level. And they have a YouTuber, a guy who's going under some allegations, making more, just one of them is making more than the greatest boxers on the planet. So that stadium holds 33,000. It's a third world country. 33,000 third world country, so they're not making money off the gate. And then you got to wonder, because the reason why Jake Paul and Tyson was so big is because it was basically free, quote unquote free. I mean, if you pay for Netflix, but it's basically free. It's not a pay-per-view model. This, what I would assume, would be pay-per-view. On that Beanie family figurehead, Mukesh. Oh, baby. Mukesh Ambani is ranked as the 9th wealthiest person in the world. Oh, we were way off, 44 billion. He's worth 120 billion. So the fight reportedly seen by the family as a historic moment for Indian sports and tourism. His hope is this contest will establish India as a major player in combat sports and rival traditional venues in Las Vegas and more recently Saudi Arabia. Wow. $250 million. I'd fight both of you naked, covered in shit for $250 million.
Same.
Yeah. And with a smile on my face, just smelling like turds. 250. What a flex by Conor. Conor had a great quote. He goes, 1 week they love you, 1 week they hate you. Just make sure you get paid both weeks. Mic drop. Man, fire quote. He ain't lying. God, that boy's balling. You would, let's see, you would hope 250 mil covers his legal issues.
Oh.
And you would hope, right? He should be, you good, bro? After Floyd, now this, you good? There's 30 for 30 broke, and then if you're broke off making, let's say, an estimated 300, just on the low end, 350 million. If you're broke at 350 bro, come on. That'd be like Otani going broke. Like 10 years and Otani just broke. Like, but bro, you got guaranteed 750 million? What'd you do? 250. What a flex, bro. Yeah, all that stuff's terrible. Logan, you down? He's like, yeah, I'm in. 250 mil each. I wonder what the rules would be. I wonder if it's going to be an exhibition. It's India. So, I mean, you can't be too crazy about the rules. Question for you, Case, because the only person that loves Conor more than me in this room is you. Does Conor, after this, fight again in the UFC?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this is just a cash grab sparring match. And
Cash grab.
Yeah.
Is it ever? Even if he had none of this, allegations, all this bullshit, the court, even if he was the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, there's not a UFC fighter on this planet in the history of that organization that could make $250 million in one night. It will never, ever happen. So even if none of this darkness was going on and he was, let's say he was 30-0, the triple champ, fuck yeah, eat that, dude. The champ, triple champ, quadruple champ. Even if he was that, he still wouldn't make $250 million.
The only thing that it might be too much money that now he doesn't even. I mean, why would you do a real fight?
But we keep saying that narrative. And granted, this money's kind of caused some issues in his life, and he's lost a bit of the passion. He's in Gucci pajamas and shit on yachts and Lamborghini yachts, and he has his issues. But clearly, there's more to it. So the money's great, but I think it'll get him hopefully back on the right track. It's also if you not so much other celebrities, but if you're a professional fighter in mixed martial arts or boxing, you have like all this negative news. The number one way to change the narrative, just fight. All you gotta do is fight. Everyone's like, oh shit, hell yeah. Because I would say in America, the majority of people don't really know what's going on. Like, oh shit, Conor's fighting Logan. Shit, I'll watch that. Not too many. And even if people are like, didn't he lose a lawsuit, like a sexual lawsuit? Didn't something happen? I don't know. And then in the world we live in now, there's so much fake news, right? Like I can Google, I can YouTube Conor McGregor, and I'll get this amazing story. I can watch the making of the Mac on Netflix and all this great stuff. At the same end, I can watch all this horrible stuff on him. So you can pick and choose what you want to watch, and then base your choice or your perception of Conor McGregor based off that. So with all this new, it just gets lost, I think, for people. where they're like, yeah, I like Conor. What happened? What? But did he? You know, there's that. So that, the fake news, the real news, the truth somewhere in between. And, you know, it's up to you to kind of figure that out. But I think with all the bullshit going on, not too many people are going to kill, especially in America. Now, Ireland might be, I hear it's different. You know, apparently his name out there is a little tough. But as far as the masses, especially in America, no one gives a fuck. It is what it is. The hardcores are paying attention. You know, like there's not too many people. Like ESPN really didn't cover much of it for the casuals. That's kind of your casual go-to. ESPN barely covered it. You know, Luke Thomas, the only guy I know that talked like an actual investigative journalist, did a whole episode on it. Outside that, no one really covered it. Okay. So it's up to you to figure it out. I don't think it's going to affect them. I'm curious, the rule set on this. And here's the thing. Let's say, I'll ask you this case. If Conor goes in there and let's say he gets embarrassed, flatlined, second round, overhand right, Logan Paul, way bigger dude, fast, powerful, way younger, not so many miles on his body, flatlines Conor McGregor. Could happen. Flatlines him. Does UFC bring Conor back after that? I don't think so.
I think so.
Even if he gets flatlined?
Yeah.
Just based off the hype?
Yeah.
And they do like a Nate Diaz 3?
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
That was easy.
Yeah, we figured it out, didn't we? Journalist. Hashtag journalist. How do you think that fight goes?
I think it's wonky. I think it's probably a glorified sparring match. I think Conor by decision.
Yeah, that's fair. Unless he hits him with a good body shot.
Yeah.
Logan's just a lot bigger, man.
But
and Logan's game, dude. Like I know YouTuber and the whole Japanese force. Let's take a little break and we jump right back in this episode of the Schaub Show. This is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Then the business of keeping your car on the freaking road. I have a 21-year-old Ford Excursion. Anything I need, O'Reilly has it. Now, you guys driving around probably don't have a 20-year-old freaking rig. They definitely have stuff for your ride if they have stuff for my ride. And you'll find the people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are super friendly, helpful, and definitely have all the knowledge you need for all your maintenance and repairs. Whatever you need, they have it. They have thousands of parts and accessories and parts in stock, either in-store or online, so you never have to worry if you're in a jam. All right? So whether you're a car expert or a rookie, you'll find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are knowledgeable, helpful, best of all, super friendly. The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself, and you can find what you need in-store or online. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today. Visit them at O'ReillyAuto.com/shop. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/shop. I just think Logan's a dog. He is. Say what you want about him. The crypto shit, the whole CoffeeZilla shit. Dude, come on, bud. The whole CoffeeZilla stuff. I just think at the end of the day, Logan is a dog. This is a guy that is damn near a billionaire from all his drink shit, right? And all the Prime and all that shit. My kids fucking love it. Every baseball team uses it. Like Little League, like he's crushing it, right? Damn near, he'll be a billionaire in a few years. So he has hundreds of $1 million in the bank. Sees Bradley Martin talking shit, calls him up, was like, yo, let's fight. Bradley, what? You know, let's fight. I'll bring a mouthpiece, sign a contract, let's fight in the street. Bit of a dog. We need more guys like Logan Paul when it comes to that. Bit of a dog. He's going to be no punk. And my only concern, too, is if Conor doesn't take this serious, and like kind of moseys in, he's partying, you know, I think he'd get fucked up. I think if he's not on it, he'd get fucked up. That's what's interesting to me. Now, if it's prime Conor, like the one that beat Diego Brando, or beat Eddie Alvarez, or that beat, you know, Nate Diaz, shows up for that, Logan might get pieced up. Should. But I don't know if that version might be gone.
I don't think Conor needs to even bring that version. I think Logan, you know, he may be a dog, but he's not a boxer. It's not Jake.
But he didn't get knocked out by Floyd.
Well, I'm not saying he's going to get knocked out, but I think the fight goes very similarly to the Floyd fight, where, you know, he'll wail on some punches in the corner for a second and then, you know.
Be smart.
Yeah.
Not take too many chances. I think it's better than what we got Jake Paul and Tyson. I know that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a better product than that. I think it'd be better than Tyson, Roy Jones. Be better than that. I think based off Conor's antics, everything he's going on in his world, I think Jake would beat him. Jake, I think, would have something heavy for him. I think too, this could be a reason why we don't see Conor. Let's say Conor beats Logan. It's like this weird fight, right? And we're like, it wasn't great, but I'll watch it, right? Like I watched it, whatever. He didn't look great. He beats Logan. This sets him up for a Jake Paul fight. And if you thought he made $250 million to fight Logan, what do you think India's going to pay for him to fight Jake? So then, if you make $500 million fighting these two brothers, why the fuck would you come back to the UFC and fight Dan Hooker? A dog.
Yeah, I just think either way, we're not going to get a Jake Conor fight just because of the business side. Like Logan they're both under TKO ultimately or whatever, so it's easier from a business standpoint to get that done.
You're thinking because of Jake's PFL ties?
Yeah, I think in this one instance, Dana's willing to play ball with Logan, but not with Jake.
Cool. I see that. I could see this. This is how it's going to go. It's going to be Logan, Conor. Conor's actually a plus 120, by the way. So it's going to be, and they just want money, but still. Yeah, that seems right because we don't know where Logan's at head-wise. But so you go Conor, Logan. After that, Conor's going to come over to the UFC, fight whoever, Dan Hooker, Chandler, Max Holloway, BMF title, right? Get paid there. That's his last fight in his contract. Then he fights Jake. You're going to get 3 fights out of Conor. You're going to get both Paul brothers and 1 legit UFC fight.
Well, but that's assuming that this sparring match constitutes a fight under his UFC contract.
It doesn't, because it's not mixed martial arts. This would be subcontracted. This is outside of his current contract. This, I guarantee, isn't even in his contract.
Right. So then he would need 2 more UFC fights.
So does he have 2?
Yeah.
Unless to your point, the UFC goes, yeah, you can fight him, but we get half of it. Just, or they get a percentage and it counts as 1 fight. So the UFC goes, yeah, it'll count. Go ahead. But we get whatever, 20%. He's like, all right, 250 mil, you got it. It counts as 1 fight. Then he has 1 fight in the UFC. Then he fights Jake. Chances are he goes 1 out of 3 on those. I think he beats Logan. Probably loses the UFC fight, whoever they give him. Depending. He could beat Nate. But if they give him a dog, some young kid, and they're just like, yeah, let's just use him for his name, build up some monster, who knows what they're going to do. And then you get Jake. And I think he loses to Jake. I'd like him to win all 3. Depends what version we get.
I read something, I don't know if I remember correctly, but I think Jake Paul was initially in talks with him, and for MVP, which he has, right? That's what Jake Paul does. It's MVP, and he was saying he needs Dana White to be a part of whatever they do if they do the boxing match.
Yeah,
but then later on, they found out, because I think Logan Paul is the one that's under, WWE, whatever TKO.
Yeah, Logan's the only one under that.
And then Logan apparently is more popular, more popular than Jake. So they just went with that in that direction.
Makes sense. Yeah, Logan's out there in the streets, still doing the YouTube shit. Prime.
Let me look at their followers.
He's massive. I think Jake beating up Mike didn't do him any favors. I said that I never understood that, but get your money.
Mm-hmm. So 27 for Logan, 27 million. No. So Jake has at least a mil or 2 over him.
Doesn't mean he's more popular.
But I mean, across everything, yeah, who knows?
I think it's just way easier business to do it with Logan, and
It's less messy.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's too complicated with Jake.
I also think there's a lot more risk with Jake. You're talking about a guy who's currently active, fighting, boxing, explosive. How about the at one point you gotta get into Paul brothers. One fought Mike Tyson, the other's fighting Conor McGregor.
And Floyd
One
Mayweather.
fought Mike Tyson, the other fought Floyd Mayweather. They're kids from Ohio that started. He's a problem today, huh? How wild is that?
Yeah.
How wild is that?
And we never would have imagined it before. Remember, we would joke around about this back in the day, like below the belt, and then now it's actually happening. All the stuff they were saying is happening.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No matter how you feel about it, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think.
He has more subscribers. Logan does on YouTube, at least.
Yeah, for sure. Replace that picture though, Logan. Right?
That's what made him famous,
You
right?
don't look like that, dude. Well, that's you at 14, dude. You got to replace that video.
Picture.
Yeah,
And Jake's is more up to date.
yeah. Jake's is him, and even that, he has the beard now and shit. Yeah, but either way, I think you get 3 fights out of Conor, and then he's done. 2 boxing, 1 MMA. That's it. What else you got, Jen?
Your boy, Donald Cerrone, apparently he re-entered the UFC drug testing. So within 6 months, he said he was possibly going to 185 too.
Yeah, and he's a big boy. He's like 210, 215 on that Transcend sauce. It's tough enough to make a comeback, but when you're running peptides and all that stuff from transcendcompany.com/Brendan Schaub, 10% off all your peptides. When you're running all that stuff, and then you come off of it, it's actually more challenging. I know some people are like, oh, he just gets on all these peptides and TRT and gets his body better and comes back. It's like, yes, that is an advantage, but then also getting off of it and having to compete at the highest level is an insane mountain to climb. It's actually, it might be worse. It might be worse because you're feeling so good and then you got to go completely off of it and compete. I wonder who they're going to give him. You got to put him on the main card. And Cowboy's my boy, too. It's just he's crushing it in the off-road scene. Like, he's the man. He races fucking damn near every weekend. It's wild. You know? He's in nitro crossing and all that stuff. To put that on hold to do this is wild. Wild. That's why you love Cowboy, though. He's still a fan favorite.
185. Is he big? Like,
Yeah, he's big.
pretty big.
Yeah. The fight I would like, depends how he looks. I'd love him versus Strickland. That'd be cool. But they're not going to, I doubt they give him a top 15. How about the Pirate? You guys down for that? One-eye Pirate?
Mm-hmm. I do like Strickland better, though.
Strickland
If you can
fight.
get the number one.
There was some bad blood there too. I remember at the Mint 400, I left, and Strickland showed up. And he like walked over to Cowboy's booth. There's something going on there.
What if that's Cowboy's sole purpose in coming back? He just wants to fight Strickland. That'd be amazing.
Be funny. Tough fight for Cowboy. Strickland's a dog. And Strickland's doesn't fight anybody. But you'd be like, why am I fighting this guy? Well, because I'm looking at the current rankings. Outside Izzy, he's the most famous middleweight. He's more famous than your champ. Cowboy's more famous than DDP. I don't know if he's more famous than Izzy. Strickland's pretty famous. Hamzat, internationally massive. Robert Whittaker, been around a while. Big in Australia here. Cowboy's definitely bigger. Imavov, come on. Don't make me do that. Vittori, Cannonier, Brendan Allen. He's more famous than all those guys except for the top 4. But he's more famous than the champ. What else you got, Jen?
So the London card with Leon Edwards, it's rumors are that Jack Della Maddalene is going to fight.
Love that.
So Jack was supposed to fight Usman, I think, but somehow that kind of fell off.
Yeah, I remember that fell off. JDM versus Leon Edwards, a hell of a fight. God, Leon Edwards, since he lost Bilal, you've never seen a champ just kind of fall off. You haven't heard from him. Again, maybe in London he's still out there doing shit, but here, no one's heard from him at all. That's a tough fight for Leon. I'm a huge JDM fan.
He's badass for sure. So Patty Pimblett on his YouTube channel said something like, he has a fight announcement coming soon, and then he kind of like teased, "I'll see you at the top," which makes people think
It's going to be
Chandler.
Oh.
Because that's Chandler's catchphrase.
Oh, interesting. Him versus Chandler's a fantastic matchup.
Is it way too much for Pinboy, you think?
It's a lot, but I think the UFC does this. Like with Sugar, remember, like, okay, dude, here's Jan. You're like, whoa, Jesus. The UFC eventually, like, they've learned from their lesson. Like, they burned Darren Till, they burned Sage Northcutt. They've learned, and they Patty Pillman, they've done great. You know, Tapira was tough. Or who's the other guy? Gordon. That was tough.
Jared Gordon, yeah.
Jared Gordon, yeah. So they've learned, right? Sage Northcutt, Darren Till, with Sugar, with Patty, they finally did it right, building these guys up. Then eventually, sink or swim. Eventually, all right, it's the UFC. Here's Michael Chandler. Here's, boom, monster.
Yeah, actually, that's probably a good matchup for him right now, too.
Yeah, it's not bad. He's been out a while, a little inactive, big name. It's a great fight for him. Tough fight. Chandler's a fucking monster, but good fight.
And remember, Darren Till was supposed to fight Tommy Fury, but Tommy Fury said he would not fight him because Darren Till might do some really nasty
I call
tactics.
bullshit on that. Something's going on there with Tommy Fury. Just because the guy's building a fight and was like, yeah, if it gets out of him and kick him in the face, like, I'm not fighting him. Like, something's up, dude.
Yeah.
Darren Till, and even Darren Till came on, was like, dude, I'm selling the fight, you fucking numbskull.
And made headlines, too, yeah. So
He's like, yeah, I'm selling the fight. What are you doing? What the fuck you doing? I think Darren Till would have beat his ass.
he's big, too, right? So, but Darren Till's now facing that guy, Anthony Taylor. You call him
T-Rex on him.
Yeah.
Good. At least he
At
got a fight.
Misfits.
At least
January
they
18th.
salvaged the card.
And then there's another fight. It's this guy, Wade Plemons.
And then is Tommy Fury off the card?
Yeah, he's not on it.
What a disaster. Dude, the fuck you doing?
All right, so we're talking about the TV deals previously, and apparently, according to Bloomberg Media, these experts are saying that the UFC will most likely, their number one thing is Netflix,
Of course.
then Amazon, and then I think ESPN's like
course.
yeah, down the list.
ESPN's kind of dying. You think about like First Take is terrible. I can't even watch it anymore. They went all DEI. Yeah, ESPN's kind of a old dinosaur thing.
Yeah.
I mean, outside UFC, what makes ESPN relevant? Pat McAfee. They're trying their best to hang on, and they have to latch on to these younger audiences. But outside that, man, I mean, I still watch it, but it's tough.
I only watch for UFC.
Stephen A. Smith, like, arguing in the morning, like, okay, I don't want to wake up to shouting. Netflix also like the hot girl, the new hot girl. Like, you want to be what's trending, what's current. Netflix isn't going anywhere. Amazon's balling right now. It makes sense. But here's what's interesting is UFC, granted, they make a shit ton of money off their TV rights deal. If they do Netflix,
How much did they take?
no. But the UFC is still going to keep their pay-per-view model.
Okay.
Because you got to think about this. UFC jumps around, right? ESPN, Fox, Netflix. But they never give them pay-per-views. It's always, ESPN owns the pay-per-view model. The fan base is used to paying for big pay-per-view cards. So the UFC is not going to say, all right, Netflix, we'll give you what used to be our pay-per-view, just make it free, and we'll sign the deal on Netflix. And let's say Netflix, like, cool, we'll give you whatever it is, $10 billion, which is probably what it's going to take. We'll give you $10 billion and we get your pay-per-views. UFC is not going to agree to that, even if it is a significant amount more than what they're used to. Because let's say in 5 years, whatever reason, Netflix isn't the hot thing and views are down, then then this newer fan base is used to not paying for pay-per-view. You think UFC's can go back to the pay-per-view model when they already have a fan base that's used to paying for pay-per-views? So it's going to be like the fight nights, like the good fight nights, and same way they do in Saudi Arabia. Like, they made these deals like, hey, we're going to make sure you get good fight nights if you sign this deal. They'll do that with Netflix. So you get like the fight passes, the ESPN Plus, the fight nights on there, but pay-per-view model will always be separate. They're never going to let that go. It'd be like us. Let's say we signed with like an Amazon. You would put your platform on Amazon, right? But still you want to let them rebrand it like Amazon's MMA show and just get rid of Schaub show and all that stuff. Because when you leave, you want to own that IP and take it with you because you've built that. The UFC's built the pay-per-view model. The fan base is used to a pay-per-view model. They're not going to give that up. Because if shit hits the fan, they still can rely on their pay-per-view model where the majority of their money comes from. But you get the fight nights on there, and they're going to make them good because they want to impress Netflix. So it's just better for the fans. The NFL on Christmas Day on Netflix was good.
I had an issue because I clicked it and it said watch live. So I click watch live and I'm like, man, they're really milking this pre-show stuff. I was watching for like 2 hours and then my friend came over and he was like, wait, it's the second quarter. So I clicked watch live, but it took me to the very start of the recording. So I'm watching Bert Kreischer outside, eating hot dogs with his shirt off for 2 hours and didn't realize you had to scrub to the live part.
Weird.
And
did you hit start now or did you hit watch live?
Hit watch live.
Weird. I feel like that's your error.
Well, it happened to other people too.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I had no issue. Interesting. They'll fix that. Yeah, no way. Whether it's Netflix or Amazon, UFC's giving up that pay-per-view. You have a fan base conditioned to, they're forking out millions of dollars every year, hundreds of millions of dollars in pay-per-view. There's no way. Yeah, you can have that too. Because then if it goes away, then you're going to go back to the paid model. No way. You're half a fan base conditioned to pay for your product. You're not a chance you're giving that up. Not a chance.
Yeah, I don't know.
or Netflix is like, just run the pay-per-views on ours. I guess.
It would be just like ESPN.
Yeah. But either way, that pay-per-view model stay. You're not getting UFC whatever is $3.15 for free on Netflix.
But the difference is Netflix, everything that's on their network is free. So ESPN, some is paid, right? Some is free. So with Netflix, they'd have to either pay a ton or maybe a discount. If you're a Netflix subscriber, you get like half off the pay-per-view or something
They do that with ESPN now, don't they? If you buy ESPN Plus, you get discount on the pay-per-views. Like there's like a package.
Yep.
Yeah, they ain't giving. You ain't getting UFC.
But Netflix, that's their model, right? Everything's free.
I know, but that's not the UFC's model. So, but they could do a thing like the NFL does, where to get the most money, where fight nights are on Netflix and then pay-per-views on Amazon. And but you still got to pay.
That's a little clunky.
Yeah, that would suck, dude.
I mean, that's what other leagues are doing. Like the NBA, the NFL's on multiple streaming devices. Because the fan base will find it.
Man,
You see, it's just like the NFL. The fan base, no one's gonna be like, "Oh, it's too much. I give up." No, fuck no. Yeah, we'll see. I assume we find out something soon too. Yeah,
It's for 2020, end of 2025, so sometime.
soon. Yeah, they're not gonna wait till the December 2025 to figure it out. We'll get something in the next 3-4 months. I'll follow you guys wherever.
Alrighty. This was very interesting. So Joe Rogan was named 2024's most influential, powerful people in boxing by Sports Illustrated.
That's just Sports Illustrated trying to remain relevant.
I mean, Joe loves boxing for sure, but to make him
He doesn't really cover
the most
it.
influential.
Yeah, that's just him, getting ratings. Sports Illustrated is dead.
All right. And that was an old video of Tyson Fury getting upset with Joe Rogan. Do you remember that video when he was saying
I
like,
remember. Little bald head, yeah.
he said John Jones and him in a room, John Jones will, leave the room.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh, so this is John McCarthy saying for the UFC broadcast, they should have like a rules guy, commentator guy. Because, sometimes the commentators will say something like, I don't know if that's like, illegal knee or not or whatever, because they don't know exactly all the different rule sets in different areas. So John McCarthy said that they should have someone specifically for that part of commentating.
Oh, no, you just do, how in the NFL when it's like a questionable call and they go, let's check with the expert. It's like a former ref.
That's what he's saying. No, that's
Yeah,
exactly
but you don't
what
want him sitting in the third chair.
No.
He's boring as
he's
fuck.
commentating, but so even with McCarthy, he's saying like he does it on like at home for the PFL. He'll do it at home. They'll just like, just like Dean Thomas when they like, hey Dean, let's let me know what your thoughts are.
Yeah,
on
they
this
should
is.
do that.
Yeah, so that's what John's saying.
It's not like it's a huge problem. So it's like, man, it's
I've
tough to
noticed it a
figure
few
out.
times though. Like
It's not like a reoccurring thing where the UFC's like, we have to make this change. It's why don't you work on the judging for fuck's sakes? Like this.
I mean, there's a ton to work on, but
yeah,
I mean, I think this is pretty cool though.
I would add to it. Might as well. have a former.
He even said himself, but he's like, I don't think the UFC wants me.
Yeah, I don't know what he did to cut ties. He's great though. I love Big John.
All right. This one was a little weird. There's like media outlets saying that Chael Sonnen said that Jamal Hill, if he fought during his era, wouldn't even be ranked.
And did Chael say that?
Chael said he didn't say it.
So whose tweet is that? It's all fake? Fake
It
news?
came from different, even this one right here. This is uppercuts. Via backyard violence. So not like any huge outlets, I guess.
But did Chael actually tweet that?
No, so real quick before we go there, this is Chael's era. So obviously a lot of killers here.
Yeah.
John Jones, Alex Gustafson, Glover, Phil Davis, Rashad Evans, Antonio Nogueira.
It'd be very tough for a lot of guys. Not just Jamal Hill. It'd be fucking tough for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
So he says, I never said that. Jones Cliff Edwards Brown's comments. All right.
Yeah, that's
People just hate
story.
Jamal Hill. You know, like he has this hate fan base that just anything he does, they just go after him for.
That and also MMA media, not the huge ones, but MMA media, they do like, there'll be stories out and they'll pump out stories that are
But
not
even
true.
Patty Pimlet, like some guy's been tweeting like, confirmed Patty fighting this guy,
Yeah.
Patty's fighting this guy. And he goes, hey, I don't know who's listening to this fucking idiot, but I'm not fighting any of these guys.
And
None
he
of
gets
this is
picked up,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. I think he called him a helmet,
He does have a helmet here.
dick helmet.
So I thought this was also interesting. John Jones these days is saying like he won't even leave his house unless it's at least close to $100,000, even for, I'll let him speak right here. And you've done like speaking event or, signing events, I'm sure.
Engagements, yeah.
Give me one sec.
He's also driving some YouTuber's Bugatti here.
Dana White, my boss, he told me a long time ago, he was like, John, money would never be your issue. He was like, I never want you to worry about money, it would never be your issue. It would always come to you for the rest of your life. And it seems like the less I think about money, the more it comes to me. It just starts falling in my hands these days. And I'm grateful for it. I make really good money doing really, really silly things, like show up to a party for half an hour, $100,000, sign a few items for $100,000. I barely leave my house for anything less than $100,000 these days, and it just comes from left and right. And I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, he's earned that. Yeah, you're talking about the greatest of all time. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know, it was up to $100K for just like going to a party for half an hour.
Yeah. To have John Jones at your party? Yeah. Get him out of the house? For sure.
That is pretty dope, dude.
That makes sense. He's earned it. Yeah.
Yeah, GOAT. So Sean O'Malley said that in 2025, he's going to go off social medias for as long as he can. And he started just about 3 days ago. And he's already feeling a lot better.
I think a lot of people could learn from this.
But
Especially a guy like Sugar, though, who's came up as, he's so young. So he came up with the internet and he's getting all this toxic stuff in one ear and great stuff in the other. Like, it's a lot for especially a young man to figure it out,
Yeah.
And your identity can get wrapped into that, and you start doubting yourself and reading the comments. Like, none of it's good. Social media is not good.
I mean, there's good parts to it, but I know there's a lot of very toxic.
There's good parts to it if you're a 9-to-5er. Where you're not getting attacked.
I'm a 9-to-5er. No, I'm not a 9-to-5er, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just an average person, I'm sure social media is great. Like you can see news and this, but you're not getting attacked. Like, you're not getting comments. Like, when you post a Starbucks that you got, no one gives a fuck. So it's a way it's more of a way for your friends and family to keep up. But a guy for like Sugar, like he's getting
he's a
thousands of
star.
comments every day. None of it, and you don't want to listen to the good, you don't want to listen to the bad. And he's a guy who gets into it, plays video games online. He's getting, dopamine released there, reading the comments on there. Like, it doesn't end well. It's not good.
I thought this was also funny because he's he's heading to Japan, or he might be in Japan by now. Yeah, he's in Japan by now for Ryzen, for the New Year's Eve fight, and then so here he is with the Saki Kabara, and then this is him in the plane. And he's like, heading to Tokyo, join me on the trip, snapchat.com. So he's just back on social media. Like as soon as he said it,
Interesting.
he's back on social media.
Maybe it means he's going to stay out from like engaging in it, just posting it maybe.
He said he would stop until his next fight. That's going to be better for him. But I mean, this is his job too. You're in Japan. You have to do social
That's
media.
the tough thing. It's like you have to.
got it.
Some of the guys I don't get why they do it. Like if I'm The Rock, I just have somebody run it, and then maybe he does. Like some guys, I'm like, why? You're good, dude.
He does the one where he's like always like looking at himself and talking.
Yeah.
But
Like Elon Musk does it because he owns Twitter, but you're talking about a guy that tweets like 40 times a day. It's like, bud, you're a billionaire. It's an ego, you know. I don't get it. Let's take a little break, and then we'll jump right back in this juicy episode of the Schaub Show. The holidays are here. January 1's coming up. What does everybody do on January 1? You count down to midnight, dude. Bring in the new year, and you drink with your friends. But guess what? You don't have to have that nasty hangover. You don't want to start the year hungover. You don't want to feel awful in 2025. No, that's why you need your companion, your sidekick. I'm talking about Sure Shot. That's right, your world's first alcohol detoxifier that reduces blood alcohol content as little as 30 freaking minutes. This is not snake oil. This is not magic. This is real freaking deal Holyfield here, all right? When you take Sure Shot, you get a sharper mind and body, liver support, well-being boost, gut support, hydration. So you're going out this New Year's, you count down the clock, have those drinks because you don't have to worry about the next morning. You don't have to worry about that night. You can party with your friends knowing that you got that little safety net in the back of your pocket that's going to sober you up, and that's Sure Shot. So you can get it at Amazon, you get TikTok Shop, you can get it at a Bevmo, you can get it at SureShot.com. Use promo code Brendan, get 10% off. Get that 4-pack for you and the boys this New Year's. Bring in 2025 the right way, the sober way, the feeling good way, the energized way. And you're going to feel hydrated. It's going to be great. Start 2025 off to a great start. Go to SureShot.com. Good luck.
all right, what do you think of Bobby Lashley potentially returning to MMA? And he's 48 years old, by the way.
He's a freak, though. He's like he's a freak.
Yeah, so he was talking to Fightful podcast, and he was saying that that's one thing that he loves that he wants to do again. And the guy that's, I guess the wrestling guy, his boss, was actually, he was saying like, you know, he would actually entertain it because Bobby could beat anyone.
Yeah, he's like a Yoel Romero. He's just such a freak. He's not your typical 48-year-old. So I'd watch it. I love Bobby. He's such a freak athlete, just a badass. But
Genetics are crazy too, yeah.
stupid genetics. Yeah, he's like Yoel Romero. They just don't, like, they're going to be tough forever. Be cool if he did bare knuckle or game bred MMA. Game bred MMA would be dope.
No, that would be dope, yeah. But dude,
Like 48 coming in the UFC? No.
all right, just got a couple more. I don't know if this is even worth it, but let's see. Mark Zuckerberg was training with Max Holloway.
Got the come up of Mark Zuckerberg.
He looks like he has like a amputated hand in this picture or arm.
He just changed his hairstyle and started grappling, and was like, "Oh, sick!" How much is he paying Max, dude? Them boys to fly out there. I mean, he's a billionaire. Good. I mean, good for him. Good for him. You know?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting in shape.
He took money from the Biden campaign, suppressed fucking,
and he apologized for it, right?
He just bullshit his way through the Rogan episode, But who knows? Remember when he was supposed to fight Elon Musk and everyone fell for it? I was the guy like, it's never happening, ever. Stop it. What do I know though?
So fans are calling out Conor for his last training footage.
It's just him like moving around a heavy bag.
Definitely just moving around. There's music, so yeah, he's just kind of like balancing and doing this stuff.
Looking good, kid.
I knew
Looking
Casey.
good, bud.
The first like I see is Casey's right there too.
First like Casey. Yeah, I mean,
He probably saw it.
it's something,
It's just
Look at that.
like, what
yeah.
is that?
Look at that.
That's fucking elite. It's not even fast. That's just elite movement, Jen.
It's a elite movement.
Remember when Conor had that movement coach?
Yeah, he's still
Yeah,
on
Ito
his team.
Portal.
I'm pretty sure he's
I don't
still on
think
his
so.
team. No, the last fight, he was on his team.
He really still
Yeah.
fucking with him? Wow.
That could be also like, a stubborn thing too. People talking smack is like, no, I'm going to keep him on.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna do his bullshit. I'm gonna leave him on.
It's
Multiple
just,
fights with 100% ground and pound accuracy. All right.
and this is the weirdest one I thought.
You know, he's just figuring things out, man. He's been through a lot.
Put both
2024.
my knees on his sternum.
Look at the moon.
Look at my knees on his chest.
Look at my knees on his chest. Yeah, 2024 has been tough on McGregor. It's been a tough year.
We're having fun.
You know, and I'll take this. Not too tough, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, signed a deal for 250 mil. 1 week they hate you, next week they love you. Make sure you're getting paid both weeks. Fired,
fire.
quote.
That is
God, dog.
And last but not least, this one I thought was dope. This made it to ESPN MMA.
Brother, who is this guy?
It's gonna be a very good fight for me.
But then you say Leon, but then he's
Brother,
got
who this guy? He don't have question. He got question now.
Yeah, he just produces this. He listens to us. He makes fun of me when I mess up.
It's gonna be
Keto
very
George.
Yeah.
Our beautiful Georgie.
Yeah, I love Georgie. And they turn him, he's all.
He was like, who's this guy?
Shout to KG. I
He's
just
an
talked to
angel.
him. Me and him were texting each other. KG doing the damn thing. Brother, who is this guy? They just, I like the camera. He's all. I love Keto George.
Hell yeah, love him.
Such a good dude.
So the only fight that I know of is this Rising Card, and
I won't watch it.
and the only fighter,
If it's not UFC, I won't watch
Kyoji Horiguchi.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
that's
UFC's
pretty
when?
much it. Next weekend, which
Yes.
Amanda Ribas
Yes, Queen.
versus Mackenzie Dern, part 2.
Never mad at Mackenzie Dern fight. Who else is on? Let me see the full
Yeah.
card. Chris Curtis, Roman. Chris Curtis accused Roman of putting spies in his camp. Cesar Almeida.
Santiago Ponzinibbio. But not.
All right,
bunch
not
of
coming out the
familiar
gates hot.
faces,
Not
yeah.
coming out the gates hot. That's all right. Not coming out the gate hot at all. All right. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. Never mad at Mackenzie Dern, though. Or Chris Curtis. Cesar Almeida. All right. Christian Rodriguez. Ponzinibbio. Okay. All right. Is that it, Chin?
That's it.
All right, kids. That's it. That's the last one of the year, isn't it?
Wow.
Isn't it? Look at the moon.
Moon.
Look at the moon.
Oil level.
Oh my God, I love it. Look at the moon. That's it, kids. Last one of the year. It's been a great year. Best year of my life. Healthiest I've ever been. Kiddos are good. Never been happier. Hopefully you guys find that as well. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making it a great year. Thanks everyone working on the show. It's the last one of the year. 2025 coming in hot. We're getting older, kids. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. Keep listening. Spotify, Apple. Been on there for a hot second. Love you guys. See you around. Till next time. Hey, see you next year.